Alley cocaine, G-Biz and Big Rich, both sides of the bridge, we is in this bitch. Mo better, mo cheddar, ball out, and forget the bill, you might get to chill with the baddie Miss Brazil, or Jasmin Corley. Bay Apes is your key, cause owners plus 3 will be getting it for free.
This bag ain't never going out of style. This bag ain't never going out of style. Gucci, Louis, Fendi, Prada might have got a while, but this bag ain't never going out of style. Ooh, she feeling my style.
What's poppin'? It's your boy Cassius Cuvée, my man DJ Lex on the show Poppin Crypto, where you check your prejudice at the door. This ain't your average crypto show. We like to have a little bit of fun with it while educating at the same time. Today, we're doing it for the Bay. I got my man Jamal Trulove. He's got an NFT drop, the Bay Apes, and you're gonna see what's coming with that pretty soon. But before I bring on Jamal, we're gonna spit a little something about the project. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and get it poppin'. Let's go.
Bay Apes, you won't need ID.
Cause the NFT's the new VIP.
That's right, the Bay Apes. You ain't got a KYC, cause the NFT's the new VIP.
Upgrade your status now. You ain't gotta stand around with this in your wallet. You be feeling like you have a crown. Pocket swole, but they ain't gotta pat him down. Even though I ain't coming from an average town, Oakland, the city where the tires be smoking. Spinning on a track on with dummy mind motion. You gotta be great to get an elite ape. This is for the bosses, it's not for the cheapskates, no doubt. If you miss out, you feel like jerks, cause Jamal gon' be giving y'all some real life perks. See, the bottle service free and you can do what you please. Whole crew VIPs and they doing the smeeze. Bitch press with the stunner man and act a fool, yeah. Royce came through with Baby Gas and Junior. Alley cocaine, G-Biz and Big Rich, both sides of the bridge, we is in this bitch. Mo better, mo cheddar, ball out, and forget the bill, you might get to chill with the baddie Miss Brazil, or Jasmin Corley. Bay Apes is your key, cause owners plus 3 will be getting it for free. Jamal a trailblazing out a whole game boom. Probably be the first to NFT a champagne room. See, I went to Miami but expanded my trip though. Came back as the DJ Khaled of crypto. The Bay Apes,
you won't need ID.
cause the NFT's the new VIP.
That's right, the Bay Apes.
You ain't got a KYC, cause the NFT's the new VIP. Yeah.
Bay Apes. Bay Apes. Bay Apes. Bay Apes. Bay Apes.
DJ Lex.
Hey, that was raw.
Right on, man. Hey, listen, I gotta say it one time, man. If you're out there, if you ain't sleeping, make sure you follow, like, and subscribe so that way you get notified every time I drop a new show. Without further ado, we're bringing on Jamal Trulove, the founder and creator of the NFT project, the Bay Apes. What's poppin', Jamal?
Oh man, hey look, thank you for having me on here, man. I love exactly what you just did, man. The boy Lex, man, was back there really ripping that the ones and twos, man, and you definitely killed it. I mean, you know, being able to include all our elites and I mean, and be able to, you know, highlight some of the things that we doing with the Bay Apes and shit like that, man. Big, you know, commend you and love the pleasure to be on this thing to chop it up with you about the project, man.
Man, it's great to have you on. You know what I mean? I do a lot of stuff with a lot of Web3 projects all over the country, all over the world. But we right here in the town, in the Bay. And you know what I'm saying? I had to have you on. I met you at the mixer, the Bay Ape mixer. DJ Mind Motion was in the mix there. Everybody was cool. It's all love. You know I love the DeFi community. So definitely got to tap in with the Bay Apes.
Hell yeah, nah, for surely, man. And you came with great energy at the end of the day, man. And that's what, you know, it's all about with the Bay Apes. And being able to, you know, take, you know, NFTs to another level of what, you know, what people feel like what value is and attaching it to the culture of what we damn near do anytime we go out. And that's, you know, of course, nightlife, you know, bottle popping, drinks, you know what I mean, you know, perks, all these other different things we'll ultimately get into. But hell yeah.
That's right. So I'm going to interview you about the project. We'll get into some of the questions and everything. But first of all, I appreciate that you're doing this for the Bay. It's unapologetically Bay Area for those who don't know. But let's just get right into it. I got some questions written down here for you so that way I don't forget. But first of all, how do you determine the value of each NFT?
So I've determined the value of each NFT based off the year value of each category. So it's 3 categories. You have the elite ape category, right? And then you have just the female ape category and just the regular male ape category. So the value being based off of for the male ape one bottle, right? Bottle service, right? One bottle costing $450 plus tax and gratuity added on top of it. It comes out to about $554. Now, if you times that by 24, because that's what you got the opportunity for, to have to go out 2 times a month throughout the whole year, right? And now if you times that by 24, you ultimately get the value of $13,000 some odd dollars, right, of the male ape. Now, how we determine the value of the female ape was in the open bar concept, right, was that 4 people enter the club at $20 a piece, 4 people getting 4 drinks at $15 a piece plus tax and gratuity. So now there's a definitive value that you could set on to this NFT, onto our NFTs, without it necessarily determining, you know, how much you have to sell it to somebody or whatever it may be. And now people understand it, because now they understand the value of the real life perk, the RLP that you get, you know, with this membership, you know, of the Bay Apes. And that's not even including that you could come to the club anytime it's open just for free, right? Now, the Elite Apes, how we determined that value was saying that now, since they're Elite Apes, we want to give it up just a little bit more. So that's $750 plus you get a champagne bottle as well. Champagne bottle going for about $450, same as a regular bottle gonna go for. Now,
I know about that Cuvée.
if you add them both together plus tax and gratuity, it comes out to $35,000 throughout the whole year.
Okay, but so we kind of skipped over one thing though, right? So the main point is, if you buy this NFT, you get access to all the things he just mentioned. And so now that we've seen this is thousands of dollars over the course of just 1 year, if you available to have access to, they have the NFT. How much does the NFT cost?
So the NFT costs, we go on public sale at 0.5 Ethereum.
Okay.
So you got to think about it. Like if you're buying something, say for instance, right now, if we mint it right now, it'll be about $1,500. You're paying $1,500 to either get a $35,000 value, a $13,000 value, or $8,800 value, right? And it's not only about the value of you being able to go out to the club, because what we did and what we created with this is being able to create the Airbnb a bottle service.
There we go.
For instance, if you want to go to the club, if you don't want to go to the club, but you make your booking, then we'll have a marketplace within our site where you can add it upon in the marketplace, and somebody who does want to go can ultimately come and buy it from you, and you make the money off of it.
And then this is what's really important, right? This is why I want to have you on Poppin Crypto with Cassius Cuvée. One thing I always like to highlight is how things that are in the real world can be applied to Web 3.0. So what he's doing here, for people just not following, everybody, you know, they're getting familiar with NFTs and stuff, because you own this NFT, there's additional value with it. You could resell it, sure, but in this case, you don't have to resell it. You can do the club booking, and you guys are providing a marketplace to sell that booking. So you can earn a profit off of your ape, even if you never go to the club. You could sell your bookings twice a month, right?
Yes, 100%. And that was the whole thing, you know, with NFTs, I wanted to, you know, bring something that was palatable for people, why they would necessarily buy it. And of course, you know, it is, you know, my region, this is the first NFT regional project, I mean, out there, right? And I wanted to make sure that I honed in onto my people of the Bay Area for them to understand it, because it's already so much of a great area of education behind it. Okay, so if I attach real life perks to it, being, you know, something that you can experience and take some from, but also adding the utility to where you can necessarily make passive income off of your NFT without necessarily renting it out or without necessarily selling it. But if you did sell it, you wouldn't sell it for anything less of the year value of it.
Right. There you go. Right. And so you see, like, there you go. The floor price is going to ultimately be the price of the dollars that you would get back for what you get from the NFT, obviously, right?
Exactly. That was the whole thing. Instantly getting people to understand, look, you know, you want something as value that you know, other people is going to look at as that value. You got to hone on to what that year value actually is. And if you know that you're going to get this year value regardless, right, why would you sell it to somebody for something less than that? Right. So even if you're looking at it as, you know, a flip, right, because because there's a lot of flippers out there in the NFT market. You know, I'm one of them. You know, if I could get onto a project and get on that whitelist and buy it for this and then take it over here and sell it for, you know what I mean, I'm gonna make my money off of it or whatever. But now, you know, but I wouldn't be doing that if I'm selling something that has a definitive year value for anything less than what that year value actually is.
And this is not, just to be clear, it's not just for 1 year. This is forever, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
So that's just, you're being conservative on that price, right? You hold this thing for 10 years, we're talking, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars it could be worth.
Exactly, and that's the whole thing of it, man, and the exclusivity of it. You know, it is community. It is, you know, so many other things that people are going to be able to do with these, you know, with our NFTs, and like, you know, when we announce our trait perks and stuff like that. I don't know if, you know, if you've seen, you know, how, you know, we had these 49er theme, you know, NFTs as, you know, some of our loyal followers and pushers, you know, actually won, right? And to explain to people what, you know, a trait perk is, if you have the 49er trait perk, then you go on the Niner games. You know what I mean? And they went to the NFC championship game out here in LA, all off the Bay Apes, because we want our people to start understanding not only that it's these three set values of these three type of NFTs that's on our project, but it's going to be added value as well within, you know, doing partnerships and adding, you know, trait perks to it as well. But this is something definitely that we plan on doing, you know, forever. Companies, you know, stay along forever, but it's all going to be based off of community. And I think for people to start palating, to palate it, to be able to break it down to them in plain English what a 1 year value is. But yeah, right. This is something that goes on year after year. As long as we could keep the community going, as long as we could keep this stuff up and there's a movement behind it, I see this being a staple, you know, in the Bay for forever.
No, I feel you. And so that's one thing I want to get into. We're going to talk about like your partnerships and how the business structure works, right? Because I know that's part of the community and what will make it last for a long period of time. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so partnerships, you know, being with, like, say for instance, you know, we're planning on we're partnering with Vegan Mob. You know, Vegan Mob, you know, we have a Vegan Mob background with my guy Toriano, right? And now if you got a Vegan Mob background, right, and you got that trait perk, and let's say, and ain't nothing set in stone exactly right now, but you know, we're working towards it to announce it. I don't want to give up too much, but let's just say, to entertain people and for them to understand what a trait perk is. If you got this background as a trait perk, a Vegan Mob trait perk, then you'll get something like this. You have the opportunity to go to Vegan Mob one time a week and get one meal.
See, that's dope. That's dope. And that's so the different trait perks. Yeah, so not just the club. It's not just the club. You're getting different little things of whatever you get. I got you, man.
Exactly.
That's dope.
And the business behind, you know, the model, right? The business model behind it is, you know, really just understanding, like, listen, we have control of what our perks can necessarily be, right? So with us, we're like, man, how are we going to be able to give back to, you know, everybody with all of this? I know a lot of people be like, hold on, are you going to be paying for these bottles? Are you going to be doing all of these things and stuff like that? And we're like, yo, when we, you know, do our mint and we receive all of this monies, you know, are that we receive ultimately goes back by way of us building out a brand new club specifically for the Bay Apes, you know what I mean, and the partners and stuff like that and so forth, right? You know what I mean? And then also just understanding, like, you know, the how we're able to stay, you know, afloat to do all of this is showing people why they have this year value. So when we do, you know, make monies, which we will when it comes down to like royalties, where the company always should get royalties, right? We're able to take those royalties and put those royalties back into the community when it comes down to being able to provide all the things that we're saying that we're going to provide, you know, and be able to, you know, create other partnerships and create different ways to scale the Bay Apes. And I know I've talked to you kind of about, you know, what the future of the Bay Apes is, but, you know, we could get there when the question's asked.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, but I mean, that's one thing about it though, is that I know people are going to want to be down with the Bay Apes, right? So you guys are basically reinvesting back into the project any money that you get from the NFT sales. And that's obviously the whole point of it, right? Because you're going to keep it going. And I mean, come on, man, people have been cooped up. I know it's still a pandemic and everybody's still trying to get out and have a blast. This is one way, hell, you know your budget now, right? Once you got the NFT, you know your budget. We're going to go out and kick it tonight, ladies. Come on, let's get it popping. You feel me?
Exactly, man. Planning to go out is that much more easier. And you know you got at least, 2 times throughout the month, man, to go have a good time, you know? And if you're not trying to go have that good time, what is that good time value to you? And, you know, compared to what is value to somebody else, it's the least value to exactly what that one outing would necessarily be based off of our evaluation of what that outing could necessarily be. But somebody could, you know, make their own determination of what that outing is. I had somebody, you know, tell me like, yo, if I could pay $500, right, for me and 3 of my friends to go out to a club and have open bar, I'm buying that every time, right?
Right. But now,
in that experience, we have it valued only at, you know, $287. You know what I mean? So if people are able to understand like the value of what that really is, then you got to think about you gonna be making, you know, let's say $1,000, at least $1,000 a month. You know what I mean? And you making $1,000 a month. I mean, you do the math. Yearly, that's $12,000. So
yeah. Let me ask you.
Why wouldn't you put your money up to buy a Bay Ape?
Exactly. Let me ask you about this though. So the Bay Apes, you know, there's a lot of ape projects out there. This is different. I know we talked a little bit about it, but let's talk about some of the partnerships with the individuals, right? So some of the Bay Apes, the elite apes, are some people I named in the rap. You know, whether it be My Emotion, you know, we got Baby Gas and Junior, whole bunch of other people, Miss Brazil. Like, talk a little bit about these Bay Apes and how they different from other ape projects.
So the Bay Apes, right? I looked at it as like, you know, being able to honor, you know, people that's the shakers and the movers, you know, that's the elite people of the Bay Area in one form or fashion, you know, and be able to create this membership to say that we can all come together on one thing. Though I know that there's mostly, you know, from elite apes to, you know, just regular people who's trying to get into the project, they're not fully, you know, versatile to NFTs. They don't know, right? But now we're leading, you know, I'm leading with my face on the line, with my credibility on the line, and what I know of my knowledge of what NFTs is. And you know what people are doing is saying, you know what, we support you because we support your vision of where you ultimately want to take us. Now, I mean, as the Bay Area, as the nightlife as well. And that's really the main thing. You know, me and my business partner, Ben Montoya, you know, we own a club, you know, it was called Love. And we literally shut it down just to develop a brand new club just for the Bay, you know, based off of this project, you know, because if you look over the past, you know, a few years, we've been losing all of our big club spaces to party at, you know what I mean? And to you know, to a different type of, to more of a house music tech culture than the Bay Area turned up, we lit culture, where now we're kind of like being left out on the streets to not be able to express ourselves how we want to in dance and how we want to express ourselves, you know, just on what we want to hear inside the clubs in general. So this is something, you know, to be able to do for the Bay, by the Bay, you know, unapologetically, but also to show and teach people about NFTs and how they work as well.
Right, and that's, you know, that's what I'm all about, because Web 3.0 is the future, and we are early. Jamal, you early, bruh, and people don't realize it. They're gonna be like, oh, a year from now, oh, Jamal's been here. That's why I say you're a trailblazer, man. You probably be the first NFT of Champagne Room. You feel me? Like, I know you're gonna do something that no one else has done, and you know, when you lead the way in a new space like this, everybody's gonna follow, man. So I appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure, man. Look, this is the first NFT nightclub membership project, man, period. And, you know, I live on that. You know, I do all my research. I see what's out there. And, you know, the Bay Apes is, you know, everybody always been feeling like, you know, they be out here on some ape shit. I mean, if you hear the Beyonce, you know, Jay-Z song, I believe it was Jay-Z, but I know they call ape shit, you know what I mean? You know, it's like just that turn up of what that is. And we've always identified with that, so much so, shit, Planet of the Apes was taking place in San Francisco. Think about what that is, you know what I mean?
Right.
Mode and that energy for the culture. So as much as they have all these other, you know, ape projects, you know, which is dope. You know what I mean? I love people different ways of being able to be creative within, you know, the ape space, you know, the crypto space, or whatever space and whatever image that you necessarily want to run with to create your, I love it all. I just wanted to make sure, like, okay, listen, adjacent from all these other ape projects that's really for everybody in general, I wanted to make an ape project that was definitively for the Bay Area.
I feel you, man. We're going to wrap it up that right there. I know we got big things coming for the Bay Apes. I'm going to support you, man. We're going to push the word out there. We're going to put the song out there. We're going to let everybody feel it and go dummy in the club, everything like that for sure. But I appreciate you coming on Poppin Crypto. One last thing, where can they find you, man? What's the website? What's your handle on social media, everything?
Oh yeah, y'all can find us at the Bay Apes on Instagram and at the Bay Apes on Twitter. Definitely you could join our Discord through the links. However, our website, thebayapes.com. Y'all can follow me on my Instagram, Jamal Trulove, JamalTrulove. Yes, that is really my last name. You know, and yeah, you know, keep up, you know, with us, join the Discord, ask questions, get involved. It's a project to be involved in. You know, it's all about positivity, and it's all about, you know, being able to hone in on the culture and show the culture for what it is. And that's, you know, turned up, man. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's why I had that song, man. It was on some high energy for sure.
Yeah,
for sure, man. All right, man. Well, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, because you know we always going to bring you the freshest, newest, latest, cutting-edge Web3 projects on Poppin Crypto. Appreciate you coming on, Jamal.
Before we go, February 22nd, we'll be doing our first launch of a couple. But now just, you know, follow up to all updated information on our IG, on our Discord, on our Twitter. We got some dope shit brewing, y'all.
For sure. All right, y'all. We holla at you later. Peace.
Jeez.
You missed a good one if you wasn't there. Taking over the game, man. NFTs, all that. That's how we get it, man. Artists taking it back for ourselves.